Hello there, and welcome back to my series on ethics. We've been talking about ethics in journalism. And today is a continuation of that topic on ethics. And today I haven't talked about ethics. How do we bring ethics to bear in our reporting as journalists? And as a media consumer, how do you understand when a journalist is reporting his news story based on ethical consideration? So that's why I said today, let's look at some core ingredients of ethical reporting. And today I'm going to talk about four core ingredients of ethical reporting. 1, accuracy. 2, objectivity. 3, fairness. The fourth one will be decency. So we'll take them one after the other. And the first one we'll be talking about is accuracy, or what we call truthfulness. The primary ingredient of ethical reporting in journalism is that every news story should be a reflection of the truth. Journalism don't peddle lies or rumors or falsehood. Journalism deals on the truth. If it is the truth, it can be news. If it is falsehood, it's no news. It is falsehood. As a journalist, we are trained to report the truth. Pay attention to the details of the truth. That is why when it's the news, anybody consuming news should assume that whatever you are reading in a newspaper is the truth. Even as journalists, when we begin to trade on falsehood, we lose our credibility. That is why truth is very important. You should be able to swear by a story you read in Daybreak Nigeria newspaper, Punch, Daily Trust, Leadership, or any of the other news medium out there. If we as journalists begin to peddle lies, we lose the respect we have to be called journalists. That is why one of the core ingredients of ethical reporting is truth or accuracy. Your story should be as accurate and as truthful as possible. Then number 2 is objectivity. Objectivity means that as a journalist, you should be detached from the story you are writing. You shouldn't become a part of the story or become emotionally involved. You should be able to exercise a sense of neutrality. You stand back and see things as a neutral observer. Whether you're a Christian, you shouldn't see things as a Christian. Whether you're a Muslim, you shouldn't see things as a Muslim. If you are APC, don't see things as APC. If you have sympathies for PDP, don't see things from that perspective. If you are from the northern part of the country, we know our political fault lines. It should not influence your story, but you should see things with a sense of neutrality and objectivity. You shouldn't see things through a freezing. You should see things clearly for what they are. Every journalist should be objective. Objectivity is very important in news reporting. Don't become involved, emotionally involved, or politically involved, or religiously involved in telling your stories. You should tell your story neutrally and objectively as possible in order to endear trust from your leaders. Then 3, look at the ethical principle of fairness. It should be fair. When you are writing a story about, let us say, about two people, and you decide to write the story from the perspective of one individual and not reflect the other individual, or you write a story of, let's say, 500 words, you give 450 words to one individual and give 50 words to another individual. Ask yourself, is that fairness? That's not fairness. Fairness principle means, as a journalist, you should be able to give equal opportunity to all the subjects you are reporting. If it's a news broadcast, for instance, if you bring people to the studio for a 1-hour program, you should be able to give equal time to each participant in your program to be able to air their views and not Or rather, you bring somebody who is knowledgeable about an issue, you bring another person who knows nothing about the subject to come and speak about the issue in order to denigrate or pull the other person down. That's not fairness. In journalism, we encourage fairness. You should be as fair as possible in your reportage. It's clear what fairness is. Fairness means being, as much as possible, giving equal opportunity or equal space to the subject you are reporting. That's fairness. And I think it is clear enough. Then the last one is decency. Decency is simple. As a journalist, you should be decent in your behavior. We all know what decency means. Decency means in your choice of language, in your choice of words that you use. You should be professionally decent in your approach to issues, even as you are being perceived out there by members of the public. As a journalist, you should be decent. You should dress properly. You should, carry yourself with some level of decency. When you go to a function, you shouldn't harass the organizers of such function to come and give you a brown envelope or what you call qua. Or when lunch or dinner is served, you are rushing to go and collect your own. What I'm trying to say in all this is that, look, carry yourself with respect and decency in order for people to take you seriously. At times, I get disturbed when you go to a function and maybe the organizers or speakers in this function refer to the press as press boys. We are not press boys. We are professionals, for God's sake. It is the way we carry ourselves, we behave. That is what determines whether you are called press boys or whether you are called journalists with the respect you deserve. So this is what I wanted to talk about in this lecture, looking at the core ingredients of ethical reporting, or what I call the core of your reportage. So here we've been able to look at some concept words in relation to decency in reporting. Look at accuracy, objectivity, fairness, and decency. See you in my lectures. Thank you.